Today, we're unboxing history. Welcome back to another video. This really popped when I saw it. That to me is a monster increase. Again, this book got hot. This book is ready to go higher.
So let's jump right into it.
We are back today with another statue review from Diamond Select Toys. Without further ado, let's get into the review. What is going on, YouTube? This is Lawrence, your host over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles, and thank you for joining me for another video here on the channel. Today we have something extremely special and I am super excited to share with you guys. But before we get started in the video, like always, I want to remind you guys, if you're not a current subscriber of the channel, do me a favor, click that sub button, smash that like button. You guys know once we get to 5,000 subs, I'm giving away an Iron Man 1. That's right. Also, I want to remind you guys as well, look down below, you see some awesome new merch I have here on the channel. Do me a favor, support the channel, it always helps. With that said, I have something extremely awesome planned for you guys, something a little different, not just a regular unboxing. Here you go, check it out. Superheroes are all around us. They line the shelves at the local comic book store, dominate the movie box office, and have made their way onto the small screen. Their stories are a modern-day mythology, the 21st century equivalent of the gods and goddesses that entertain and inspire us. Today I want to talk about the first one, the superhero that started it all, Superman. His first appearance in Action Comics 1 occurred in June 1938, less than a century ago, and was an instant hit for DC Comics and has gone on to become one of the most recognizable figures in modern times. Over our lifetime, Superman has been adapted to a number of other media, including radio, novels, films.
What the hell's that?
Easy, miss. I've got you.
You've got me? Who's got you?
Television shows, theater productions, and even video games. But we as collectors and comic book enthusiasts often forget that somebody had to invent that first superhero and imbue within him the characteristics that have served as the blueprint for every superhero that has come thereafter. In this case, it wasn't just one person who brought Superman to life, but two. Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, a pair of 20-somethings from Cleveland, Ohio, who unknowingly changed the world with nothing more than their imagination.
In Action Comics number 1, Superman's origin story was told on only one page. As a distant planet was dying from old age, a scientist placed his infant son on a spaceship and sent it to Earth. On Earth, the baby was discovered by a passing motorist who turned the child over to an orphanage. Because the child had come from a planet that was millions of years more advanced than Earth, the baby possessed a, quote, advanced physical structure, which granted him incredible strength. Given the name Clark Kent, as an adult, he discovered that he could run faster than a train, leap an eighth of a mile, and hurdle a 20-story building. Deciding to use his gifts to benefit mankind, he became Superman. This extremely brief origin story was expanded upon slightly in the first edition of Superman in 1939.
Without further ado, here is the newest pickup from my comic book collection. I want to start off by talking a little bit about opportunity and what it means to us as collectors here in the community. I had an opportunity to go ahead and purchase this book. from Comic Link through an auction, and I had a set price in my mind, and I was able to snag this book for that price. Now, did I ever think in my wildest imagination that I'd own a Superman 1? No, because I know at a blue label or even a mid-grade to low-grade restored blue label is probably going to sell in upwards of $100,000. Now, when this book came up on Comic Link, it was a coverless book, but it already had a reproduction cover included, and I thought it presented extremely well, and it's still a Superman #1. I believe that the census count is around just over 100 copies out there. Correct me if I'm wrong. Regardless, opportunity, when it comes through your door, I think a lot of the times you have to take advantage, whether it's a book like this, whether it's a modern book, whenever it's a Silver Age book that you want in your life. If you can do certain things and you're able to do it, I think it's always a good deal if you want it. In this case, I entitled this video Unboxing History because that's what this book is for us as collectors, but for me, owning this book in my personal collection now. As you guys have noticed, you've seen me sell off a bunch of books out of my collection recently, and it is because I purchased this book, among other books as well. But back to the main story at hand, I am now a proud owner of a Superman 1. Like I said, albeit it's missing the front cover, which 100% fine with me. Just to have this in the collection is something special. The history of this character and the one that started it all off for us as superheroes in comic books cannot be denied. So the importance of this book, the importance of this character, and what he stands for, something I had to jump on because I had the opportunity. As you guys know, I have been trying to minimize my collection a little bit to try and focus on books and comics that have more of a personal meaning to me, not just financial. I know we do a lot of financial stuff on this channel, like the eBay videos and of course the Hot 10 breakdown of the week. But we mustn't forget the stuff that actually brought us into the hobby to begin with, and that is more character-based. As you can see with the prelude to this video, I wanted to focus on the character of Superman and what he means to our industry. So with that said, there's going to be a lot of great books for sale out there in the community. If you're interested, you can always hit me up. But other than that, I think it's important we never forget our roots. What these characters are and how they've shaped us as human beings is what this hobby is about. So never forget that. This has been a little bit of a whirlwind, but I can't tell you how proud and how enthusiastic I am for the rest of my comic journey, and as I know you guys are. So like always, this is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles saying thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.